haunted star. The return of the wizard is coming back for more. The return of the wizard, the face behind that door. And he'll walk on the land with wisdom in his hand. And you'll find your heart in league with the wizard.
Welcome to Bind on the Quip, episode 322 on the 22nd of May, 2024. Lots of 20s there.
Yes.
I'm Wemb, and with me, as always, is Tempest.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'll tell you in a minute when we get into real life.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
I'm good,
Oh, poor elephant.
but I've been a bit tired the last week or so.
You have been tired.
And I've been thinking about it. I think it's because we're quiet at work.
Mm.
So time drags, the day drags.
I hate it when time drags.
You're trying to manage your day so you can stretch it out a bit, walk in that tightrope.
Yes.
If I finish too early, they're going to give me crap to do. But if I don't finish early enough, I'll finish late.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Yep.
big drama. What about you?
Well, after a week in bed last week, I was back at work this week. Mm-hmm. And today, one of our security gates locked itself shut, locking a dozen parents and their children inside, and 2 parents trying to come and collect their children outside.
High quality. Did you give it a bit of...
No. What? Lift the parents over?
No, the kids. When they come in to get their kids.
2 were. The rest of them were all stuck inside. So I was able to let the parents out via our emergency gate, but I couldn't leave that way because you can't lock the gate from the outside. So an emergency call to our local council, and luckily there was someone in the area who popped right over and temporarily fixed it by removing the pin that apparently had rusted to bits.
Oh,
So apparently they're going to fix that tomorrow, whatever.
sure.
And one of our parents who's a bit, let's say, needy,
That's nice.
and has already been abusive to one of our staff members, today misread an email where I was trying to help her out and rang up and went off her tree at poor feet again.
Oh, no.
So, just off her tree, and then, Fee's like, no, he hasn't missed an excursion. It's on Friday. Oh, I'm just sick of all the paperwork. Like, it's our choice to do all the paperwork. Anyway. And then on Monday, one of our very sweet little boys was playing jails with a friend, and the friend had an imaginary key and let himself out of the jail and went running off across the yard, to which the first little boy responded with, "Oh, shit!" Just always amusing.
Future truck driver right there.
And beautiful baby Theo is now sitting up and eating solid food and has just learnt how to do kisses, which is the best thing ever. And he
Yes.
gets quite the reaction from Nanny, which encourages him to do more. So the obligatory, hello, Baba, hello, Baba.
He's a little
hello,
man.
Baba. And also kisses for Theo. Kisses.
All right. Is there something we need to discuss?
I think there is.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Well, we can't go past WoW Remix Mists of Pandaria,
Or as we like to call it,
Pandemonium,
pandemonium. Way better, mate.
as it's captured the imagination at this stage.
Yes, it has.
We even have guildies with multiple 70s already. Shout out to Barat and Matter, and there's probably more by now.
The insane people.
We personally are
I know
leveling...
Nonky's already got 170.
Yep, and Kai's got at least one.
Oh, has he?
I think so.
I thought he was in his late 60s. I thought he was
Maybe
68.
by now. By the time this comes out, perhaps.
Oh, definitely. Last night he was.
And that's it in the background there.
That's us streaming.
Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah. I think so. Anyway,
We're still working it out then.
we are levelling.
Alliance and Horde tunes concurrently. Alliance,
Which makes it harder, by the way.
but fun as
Quite
well.
the challenge mode, as opposed to these people who just rush one through.
Sure. Alliance by ourselves
Yes,
and Horde with Princess, which has been really great fun.
indeed.
She hasn't played WoW for well over a decade, and her fresh look on the game has been really great, pointing out things we take for granted taking time to read the quests, being impressed by the immersion of the cutscenes, has reminded me of things that we probably gloss over now.
Yeah, watching her play has been fun, and also watching her catch up on all of the new game mechanics. She's like, I feel like I've never played before.
And her judgment on things that we just don't even think about anymore. These guys are really mean. Those guys are stupid. These guys are...
Are we going to be friends with the Hosen?
This storyline is about this. And we went, oh, I think it might be too. One thing I find interesting, which happens all the time with new expansions and modes, is when players try to find an exploit to get an advantage. Already the devs have had to nerf the crap out of frogs on the Timeless Isle because people were farming bronze there. And what interests me the most is that it always seems to be the people who game the system or find a broken way to grind or farm resources who declare the game to be broken or boring.
Yeah. Stop doing that, idiots.
Yeah. You're why we can't have fun things.
Exactly. I just wanted to add that how much fun did we have playing Pandemonium this weekend. I feel like it's brought a real spark back where I'm like, oh, will we get time? Will we get time to play some of that tonight?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've played a little bit on Tuesday night. I was hoping to get in tonight, but I had a very late meeting and it looks like time is ticking on.
Yeah.
Loving it. And we haven't come across any bugs yet.
Apparently the end game is a bit broken. It's a bit hard. Some mobs are really impossible. But, it's only been a week. They'll sort it out.
Yeah. We are only level 30 on the ally side and on our 20s on the horde side, so not far behind. Some advice that I would give people is don't do all the side quests. Do all of the crest quests, the shield quests.
Because you really do.
Because you spend way too much time. I mean, if you really love a zone and you're really enjoying it, go for it. But considering it's basically 60 levels and there's 6 zones, you kind of want to be getting out of it.
Maybe if you're going to do multiple tunes, maybe you would completely do a zone.
Yeah,
and then do skip through the rest.
Yes.
And then you'd skip that first zone, you'd just go the bare minimum on your next tune and then really clean out the next zone.
And one other interesting thing I found is that I've always done the Jade Forest and then gone to Valley of the Four Winds.
Yep.
PD goes from Jade Forest to Krasarang.
Okay.
Weird.
I've done both in my time.
Weird. Interesting. But they don't direct you to Krasarang, they direct you to...
The other tip that I was going to give...
while you're thinking, don't forget, if you are looking for a guild on Jubathos or Gundrak, you can join BOE and ask for an invite.
Just off the top of my head, don't forget Transmog is free. So go berserk, change it.
Doing it all the time.
All the time. Don't forget when you... trash a piece of gear, the gem will go back into your bag. You don't have to use that removal tool.
You don't use the corkscrew. Don't have to use the corkscrew first.
You really only want to use that if you're putting a new gem into the same piece of gear.
Swapping them out.
And the other thing I was going to say is trash your gear before you put the gems in the new gear that you've just put on, because that way you'll have all the gems to choose from and you might make some threes and... bump stuff up.
Powers them up.
There's one more thing that I was going to say and it is eluding me.
You know what, we can come back to it if you can't think of it right this second.
I'll play the news sting and we'll see if I can think of it. I didn't think of it.
You didn't think of it. You know what? Maybe next week.
There's been some hot fixes for Mists of Pandaria
There you
Remix.
go. They're already fixing the bugs that we're talking about.
Any enemy power scaling adjusted to be less aggressive, particularly level 40 to 70. So that's what I was talking about before.
We haven't experienced that range yet.
Before, players have been able to power up their cloak, upgrade the gems, and increase their item level sufficiently.
Gear drop rates have improved from World Wares, Rare Elites, and Quests.
Add a bonus experience to each boss in normal dungeons and scenarios, so they're a viable alternative to questing. Bonus experience has also been given to the last boss of heroic scenarios. Heroic dungeon bosses will also drop bonus experience.
That's exciting because PD wouldn't do any because there was no experience in the dungeons. But
I
love the dungeons.
Increase the bronze granted from all qualities of bronze caches by 25%.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. A second Warcraft short story has been
Released?
put out. And this one's about Anduin. Since leaving the realms of death, he's only sought to keep his hands busy. Plagued by night terrors and grisly flashbacks, the young king finally finds the isolation he seeks in Stormsong Valley, milling flour for a local village. But while he may be able to hide his identity, he cannot escape who he is or the stuff he is made from. So that'll be another free one to read, which is nice. That one was written by Christy Golden as well.
Nice.
I think it's free to read. I might be wrong. I don't think I'm
As
wrong.
you tell everyone it's free to read.
Yeah. If you could find the time to like and subscribe on YouTube, that would really help us out. And a lot of you have been. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much for liking.
Yep.
Now you just need to subscribe and comment.
In fact, look, just while I'm reading this, give us a provisional thumbs up now. And I'll remind you at the end to remove it if we have not delivered you the content and quality you are hoping for.
He does remind you. It's very annoying. I think you should just leave it. Let
I'm
them
an
forget.
honest guy.
You can follow us on... Sorry, was that it? You can follow us on YouTube at Bind on Equip Wow. Hopefully that's where you found us. Twitter at Bind on Equip Wow. Instagram at Bind on Equip Wow. And Facebook is at Bind on Equip.
We also have received lots of nice feedback from the things that we said about
From
Zooey.
the tribute.
Yep, from our tributes to him.
There
And
you go.
there's a couple of late things just to add in there.
Yeah, so I received a text from Witch last week regarding Zooey, and I forgot to add it to the show, so my apologies to Witch. Witch said, he will miss him. He's one of the few people he wouldn't throw under the bus. I just wouldn't trust him to drive it, which of course is a reference to when someone sacrifices someone else for a joke, and we would always use the metaphor of being thrown under the bus.
Yes.
Or later, within the guild, it evolved to, I didn't even see the bus coming, usually accompanied by others making the horn sounds for the bus.
This is true. And another one from Tio, who said he really enjoyed the tribute, and he said he knows it's too late. Well, it's not too late, Tio. And he doesn't have any specific memory, but he will miss arguing politics with Zooey. He was always patient when explaining Yank weirdness. He was a good bloke, taken from us too soon. True
Indeed.
that.
And from our eldest son, who used to hang out with Zooey. Zooey, whenever he saw one of our kids online, would always just make sure that they were okay and that nothing untoward was happening to them. So he'd usually go and hang out and help them do whatever they were wanting to do in game. And he said, I couldn't think of a story, but I know the whole reason I say howdy howdy is because of Zooey, and I say it all the time, and now when I say it, I hear him saying it, which is
Indeed.
beautiful.
It's very true. On Twitter, Rasmus Nissen replied to a discussion that I was having with Taliesin and Evertel.
Nice.
Not a discussion. I just tweeted something at them that they liked. But he said he didn't play in MOP, but he's enjoying Remix. Didn't play in WOD, but he's sure he'd love it. And he'd love to revisit Legion as well. And he was wondering how they'd solve order halls for evokers. And I replied back to him and basically said they could probably use any of those rooms from the very start of when you roll your evokers.
Yeah.
Those sort of cavernous, cavey bits.
Yeah.
And I said if they did a remix on Legion, I don't think they would lean on the order halls too much because the weapons would be powered down. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Plus just like the farm, it's a time sink that just you wouldn't need to have.
Yep.
From Facebook, Conti says he's playing Pandemonium and it's quite a bit of good fun. He loves the Tinker and Cogwheel gems. They make for wild combos.
Absolutely.
Agree. Andrew said our tribute to Zooey was great. Princess said the tribute was lovely, but I looked really sad.
Well, we
Which
were
is
really
true.
sad.
I am really sad. And continue to be and will be for some time. On Twitter, a few people have found our account, which is nice. Thanks for the follow. And Aprillian and Medi liked a tweet you made about me dumping you off the flying in Plunderstorm. Was there any need for that?
It's a bit of fun.
And on Threads, which is the Insta Twitter,
Yep.
I have a few new followers and lots of retweets. And I'm sure one day they will answer back. One day. And finally, we found out that Medi has the entire back collection of Bind on Equip on iPod
I think
So-
it's on his iPad.
No, he said it's on his iPod because he has to fire it up.
Wow.
Yeah. So now we're going to just trying to get hold of those and get
Yep.
them loaded
them
up
on
onto
YouTube.
so
Yep.
they'll be there forever, and you'll be able to see all 322 episodes.
Oof.
I would suggest not starting until like episode, say, 15.
Yeah. Or 12.
No.
Let's take it in game.
Sure.
Raid progress, Crazy Train.
So last night we finished normal. No, sorry, the night before. Sorry, we usually record on Tuesdays.
We went to Wednesday because we'd done one on Saturday.
Yeah. So Monday night we finished normal Vault of Incarnates and then started on Heroics, which was great. Of course, no gear for me, which is the whole of this expansion. But Wem outdid himself by rolling the winning roll on all 4 pieces of gear from Razageth. Luthor.
I stole Nunky's dice. And I think my tanking reign has come to an end.
Oh, do you think?
Are we doing normal or
We are doing normal
Vault of
to start with.
Incarnates?
Yeah, no, not Vault of Aberrus.
No, Aberrus, sorry.
I don't know, we've done the whole of Aberrus, so I'm thinking we should go into Heroics.
Nom hasn't done them though, and he's still gathering gear, so I
Oh.
wouldn't mind running through again.
Oh, yeah, all right.
If we burn through it, we can probably do some heroics there as well.
I need boots. I've got bloody veteran boots and I can't buy boots at the bullion vendor, so I'm very sad about that.
But that was great fun having a tank.
Yeah, it was good.
But I haven't DPS'd at all yet in season 4, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice.
Getting back on the boomkin.
How's your gear?
I think I'm about 502.
Yeah, you are 502.
Yeah.
Also, me too. Woo! Even though I didn't get 4 winning rolls.
They weren't
For the
massive
whole of
upgrades,
Raid
but they
night.
were good.
Yeah. And I'm sadly maxed out my Drake crests this week.
Wow.
I don't even know how that happened.
Is that because you upgraded a heap?
Well, I spent them, but I couldn't earn any.
No, you can only earn a certain
Yeah.
amount, even
So
if you
just-
spend them.
Yeah. So I was very
Wow,
sad.
I don't think I've ever done that.
No, well, Kai said he did it. I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. Just like, this week they're like, you've earned too many of those. I was like, no.
Don't you judge me.
Yeah. Anyway,
The weekly quest this week was Lich King Time Walkers, which was a bit redundant because of remix.
can I just say that's my
Yeah.
favourite?
Yeah,
I've missed out on my favourite. I love the Lich King Time Walkers.
they were good fun. Oh, which one's the one? Is it Halls of Lightning, where the first boss is that big general with his 2 little dudes
friends?
that walk along with him doing lightning?
It's not Halls of Light. Oh, is it Halls of Lightning?
I think it is.
Maybe. Halls of something. It is Halls. Halls of Reflection?
No, that's one of the last 3.
Oh, yeah, it is true.
No, I think it's Halls of Lightning. Anyway, that one where you come in and we went left at the first intersection.
Why?
Alliance. They do things different.
Weird.
We went left and it was so much quicker. It was insane.
Oh, it really isn't quicker. It's the same.
It was quicker. There's less pulls.
It cannot be.
Okay, so if you turn right, you go down the hill
It is
and
the
there's a
Halls
round
of
bit.
Lightning.
Yes. So if you turn right, so you go down to the first
yes, I get it.
platform, and
Yeah,
there's a couple there. One guy halfway
Yeah.
down, and then the next platform, right?
Yes.
And then there's a long bit.
Yeah.
Another platform full of guys, and there's a couple on the way to that second
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple on the way up to the third platform.
Yeah.
When you go left, you do the same ones that you do when you come in. You go up and do one platform, and then you go to the last platform.
Oh, no way!
I couldn't believe it.
And we've been going right all the time.
I know.
Who took us that way?
And then when we went
I
through
blame Zooey.
when we went through the anvil bit with all the little burning
Yes.
ingots, he went left there as well.
What?
But that was stupid. Because if you go left there, so you know where you go through that bit,
You run through.
you run through. Well, he didn't. He stopped and fought everything, which is
Oh,
dumb.
no.
So we had that massive
So you
debuff
did not save any
forever.
time.
Anyway, and then we went up, and instead of going right, he went left and then back up, to the boss, Vulcan.
Yeah.
But then you've got to go and do the other side anyway to get through the door.
Oh.
So that was an extra pull there.
You obviously didn't know what he was
Anyway,
doing.
that freaked
Otherwise,
me
you'd
out.
have gone right.
Freaked me out. One point I'll make is that in Azul Narub,
Azul Narub.
yep, the last boss, Anubarak, is super underpowered now. But the timer for when he goes underground is the same. So he now feels like an intermission instead of the boss because you spend like 15 seconds fighting him and he goes down. And then you're sitting there doing the occasional ad for about 45 seconds.
Yes, no, I noticed that
Then he
last
comes back
time.
up for another 10 seconds and goes back down again.
Yeah, I noticed that last time, and in fact, in between one and the next, we all got one hit. Like, that's how bad it was.
Yeah,
I was like, well, that's stupid.
They either need to give him a few hit points back or shorten that
intermission. His intermission should be at 15 seconds.
He should go down for the same time as he stayed up for. So I did about 4 runs on my Alliance Warlock.
When did you do that?
Sunday morning, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I did have a sleep because I didn't sleep off. Yep.
Started as Demonology, but the fights are so quick that I switched back to Destro for AoE, not Ape.
I wonder
AoE
what that
and
was.
instant cast spells because
Everything
Demonology is a little bit
Too
slow,
slow
long
build.
cast stuffs.
We did 3 mythics on the weekend.
Yes.
2 zeros and a 2, which we did not time
No.
at all. But
We started well and then it just all went to shit.
But I reckon that's pretty much how it always goes with us. We start really well and then it all goes to shit. But we will get good loots from the vault, so it was totally worth doing it, even though we didn't time it.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
We're streaming.
Yes, we streamed some Pandemonium on the weekend, which I
in the
believe
background.
is in the background of what you're watching right now. As far as anything else, I have no time for anything else because all I want to do is jump back into
I
Pandemonium.
do want to do LFR on our alts to get some gear, but
no
know,
time.
once we get starting to get a bit slowing down with Pandemonium, we might get back into that.
Maybe.
Yep. Any other stuff?
No, I think that's it.
Winners of the week.
Winners of the week.
We did encounter a few douchebags hogging quest requirements
Collection
pieces
items. Yeah.
in Pandaria. That's something Blizzard's tried to move past with the current quests and multi-tagging and stuff like that. And then you actually, when you're doing Pandemonium and there's a dickhead just hogging all the pickups, you do notice how good it is now.
That is for sure. After our recording on the weekend, Kai did say that he forgot to mention that Nom was his elite player of the week after causing all manner of wipes and disasters while raiding and doing mythics despite being in Africa and Asia for the last 3 weeks.
He really did hamper us, didn't he?
Yeah. We blamed Nom every time.
Yeah, I think it's the only way to do it.
Have you got any words of wisdom to leave our watchers and listeners with?
Just play the game and enjoy it. You don't have to min-max everything, and you don't have to race through everything, and you don't have to be the quickest and farm the most of everything. Just try and remember why you started playing WoW and what you liked about it.
Yeah. I've really
Here's my
enjoyed
piece of
how much fun it's been.
Yep.
My piece of advice is to be kind.
We haven't slowed down and read quests except waiting for Princess.
Well,
But we do know them, so...
yeah. No, a princess is a big watcher, a reader of everything, so she likes to read it all and get it all of the information and the background, whereas I'm a, like, let's go, quester.
Indeed.
But yes, my words of wisdom, be kind to everyone.
Sure. And if you don't tell a dickhead he's a dickhead, how does he know he's a dickhead?
That's not being kind.
That's my
Words
piece
of wisdom.
advice.
Right.
And I try and live by that in my work life.
Yes, you do. Anyway,
So we've come to the end of another episode of Bind on Equip.
time check.
25, a crisp 25.
Snappy.
Yes.
Snappy.
Yeah.
After last week's
Just
bumper.
a nice one. Maybe watch it while you're having lunch, you know. And then you're back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
Treat them with 25 minutes and keep them keen, I always say. And now is the time to unlike if you've changed your mind. Otherwise, smash that like button.
Woo, smash it. Hit it again. Go watch another one. Smash it and like it too.
No, don't hit it again because that turns it back off.
Oh, don't hit it again.
No, hit it twice more.
Come follow
Multiples
us.
of 2.
Follow us.
Indeed.
And don't forget to comment. We love comments, and you'll get to hear your name read out on the next show.
Sure. Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, I'm Wembley.
I'm Tempest.
Half hour.
See ya.